Well, folks, Netflix has risen its prices yet again. That can only mean one important thing. The people that you bum Netflix off of are trying to decide if it's really worth the cost anymore. If you find yourself out in the cold by someone else canceling their Netflix subscription, you're not going to be alone. In this week's episode, we dive into streaming services to really see if Netflix is worth it. Welcome to Films with Farrell. Enjoy the show. Before we go any deeper here, folks, I'm going to need you to hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share this thing around, stay up to date on all things Films with Farrell. All right, let's take a look at Netflix, okay? Netflix, obviously the OG. Netflix has been around for an extremely long time, from the DVDs you used to get in the mail to present day, right? So it's interesting. Netflix actually chooses to base its price off of the quality of video on your television. Okay, so if you're cool with the 480p, great. You know, it's only $10 still, nothing too bad. Go ahead and squint your eyes as much as you can. 1080p, we're looking at $15.49, and then the new 4K rising in price up to $19.99. Now, Netflix, again, is probably the most popular and has some of the most popular shows, including Ozark, House of Cards from way back when, and they're dipping into original content in terms of like mega movies, like Don't Look Up and The Irishman. So there you have it. So $19.99 gets you the best kind of price rate there in terms of actual viewing quality. Interesting to note as well, Netflix doesn't have ads. Netflix has never had ads, and you'll find a lot of streaming services now are putting ads in there. I think that is also to kind of reduce the cost for the user. By putting ads in there, companies still making a profit, right? So we're going to look at some other streaming services that might be worth it more than the $19.99 that you're looking for Netflix right here. So let's go to the next one. All right, folks, next on the list here, we're going to look into Hulu. Now, personally, Hulu is my favorite platform out there right now. Hulu has a lot of original content out there, but they also do a great job at putting your shows that are on your kind of standard cable network and put them onto Hulu each week so you can stay up to date with that week's episodes. I don't have cable myself, so I rely on Hulu to stay up to date on what's going on in the worlds of Law & Order and Chicago PD, just to name two. Something that's interesting with Hulu, offer a bundle package, right? Who doesn't love a good bundle? Okay, when we're looking at the bundle package, you're looking at Hulu, Disney, and ESPN Plus. 3 different services right out there right now, all right? If you want ads, if you don't mind the occasional ad in your programming, looking at a low cost of $13.99. Again, we're talking about 3 separate services right here in the bundle. If you do not want ads, right? If you just want to spend some money, you're looking at $19.99. Now, if you remember, Netflix in total was $19.99. Hulu, Disney, ESPN, $19.99 combined, okay? 1080p, 4K, what have you, whatever they're running off of, they're not going to try to, nickel and dime you based on the quality that you're watching. If we look over here, okay, if you just want to get into Hulu, that's it, right? No bundle, okay? If you want some ads in there, again, the ads aren't crazy whatsoever. Looking at a low price of $6.99, not bad at all. That's even cheaper than the $4.80 Netflix, right? And just a couple ads. And if you want no ads, again, if you want to just kind of spend, right? Looking at $12, well, $13, $12.99, not bad whatsoever, all right? So in my opinion, Hulu for the price, I mean, right there, the bundle alone, you could have 3 different streaming services. If you want to watch some sports, if you want to watch some, Disney's pumping out content left and right as well. And Hulu, I mean, what's not to love with Hulu right now? They got the show Pam and Tommy on there right now. They've had 9 Perfect Strangers. Great platform, guys. So let's go ahead and dive into, let's look at one more. All right, next on the list here, looking at HBO. Now, HBO, I love having this streaming service because I grew up with no HBO. I liked Entourage, Eastbound and Down, things like that. And I had to buy the old DVDs and I just start plugging them around to sleep over. Like, hey, let's watch Entourage. Hey, let's watch this or that, right? All those shows are on HBO. You have access to the entire platform. HBO, again, is pumping out a lot of original content left and right. You have movies and television shows. Something that's cool about HBO as well, they have releases that would go to movie theaters also being released on HBO, right? So if we're looking at the price a little bit. If you even watch one of those instead of going to the movie theater just by yourself, movie ticket today, $10 to $14, just kind of depending. You're almost paying for that right here, just even with either one of these, okay? So if you're looking at HBO with ads, again, you don't really mind the occasional ad popping up in the shows, looking at a low price of $9.99. Okay, if you want to splurge and go no ads whatsoever, right? Just straight watching shows. Looking at $14.99. So again, very low compared to Netflix, and the library is extreme, and you have new movies, right? As we talked about, Netflix is doing a better job at releasing newer movies straight to Netflix. but HBO has been doing this nonstop for pretty much the last several months in big movies. I mean, they just had the new Matrix on there, just to name that one. They had Reminiscence, which was featured on the Films with Farrell channel. Check us out. But yeah, even for the money, HBO, not too bad whatsoever. I mean, low price with ads, right at $10. Well, there you have it, folks. All the important information needed to make an executive decision should you find yourself without a Netflix account. Is Netflix really worth it? In my eyes, no. Okay, if I couldn't latch on somebody else's account, I don't think I would be paying the $19.99 for Netflix. I would rather be investing in HBO or Hulu, right? Hulu, even with the bundle. Netflix was the OG, right? It's been around for a very long time. There's a lot of great shows that are on there, but for $19.99, personally, no. I'd rather go spend that elsewhere. In my opinion. I mean, it keeps increasing. I mean, and, like all businesses do, right? Personally, I just don't think that there's enough on there to actually grasp my attention. Should I actually have to pay for it? Shout out to my mom for letting me ride her Netflix account since Netflix was around, from the DVDs to now. Really appreciate that. Comment in the description below, though, guys. What are your streaming sites? Which ones are you paying for? Which ones are you bumming? You probably, you could go and publicize that. Who cares? What shows are you watching? What are your thoughts on this? Is Netflix worth the $19.99? I don't know. All right, guys. I appreciate you making the time here. Until next time, take care.